All right, so I'm reorganizing the stash the other day, right? I'm putting stuff away that I've already done, taking some stuff out that ain't video worthy to storage, and I'm pulling out, future content, whether it be for a review video or, a build video, stuff of that nature. And then I come across this old kit that I got that, I remember basically what it was, but I don't remember the exact uh, what's in the box. And it's the old Alien Deluxe Diorama by Geometric. So I pull it out and I set it off the side because my memory starts flashing something about Ripley. Do I have a Ripley? I think I got a Ripley. But I look over and I see the 1/8 Alien Warrior by Geometric sitting there. So I grab him and I put him over by the box. And then my memory starts changing a little bit. It's like, well, maybe you're remembering that you need a Ripley, because I'm obviously not seeing one anywhere. So I decided to go ahead and open the box. When I do that, I see that the guy I bought it off of, a longtime buddy on Facebook and friend, Tito Ramos, had sold me the Ripley with it, and he'd cut off the front of the box so I knew what I had in there. And then I get to looking at the base, and I'm like, oh, damn. At the time, I had just opened it apparently to make sure it wasn't broken, shoved it in the stash, and forgotten about it. So now, voila, instant diorama. That's just where the story starts. So when I pulled it out, I'm thinking, all right, geometric alien check, geometric Ripley check. But I'm still not 100% on the base because, it just came in a cardboard box. And I do know that there's people out there that have put out bases, just generic bases to put your figures on. So even though the fact that it's aliens doesn't mean it came from geometric or anything. So I decided to shoot old George Stevenson, guy that owned Geometric at the time and now owns Blackheart Models. I decided to shoot him a message and ask him. So he says, yep, that's ours. And he gives me the quick rundown, who sculpted what. So he tells me that the Alien Warrior is sculpted by Yoshito Kobayashi. Let's just go ahead and give that a look real quick. All right, so first we'll take a look at the torso here. Following right along the H.R. Geiger lines. Very beautifully done, very intricate, especially at 1/8 scale. Take a look at the head. I believe it's it's been forever since I've seen these. I believe it's aliens. Yeah, that's what it says on the box. That has the head like this, but just beautifully done. I ain't gonna say what that might look like, but that's on H.R. Geiger. The face, masterfully done. Very masterfully done. And then you've got like the tail and whatnot, and it ties throughout the whole kit. Here, we'll show the shoulders real quick. Just beautifully done, especially for this scale by Mr. Kobayashi. Then he tells me that the Mike Hill sculpted Ripley. So let's take a gander at her real quick. I knocked it out of the ballpark, but would you expect anything less from Mike Hill? And that's, younger Mike Hill back in the day. You can definitely see the raw talent in there. The detail of the vest, the bullets. Like how that old vinyl gets that coating on it. The motion sensor, the hand, and some of the more intricate parts look like it had to be made out of resin. Beautifully done. And then you got the legs and other stuff. So, and then the base by Michael Berglund of Atomic Mutant Arts today. Sells a lot of stuff over there at Escape Hatch Hobbies. Got some great stuff. You should check it out. That's just the floor, just beautifully done. Nevertheless, what it is, it's the graded floor. And then got this hefty chunk of resin here. I'm sorry, the color's playing with the colors, but you can see the crew member cocooned into there. The door, I mean, all this stuff is straight. It ain't no BS. Like where some acid had spit on the door. Number 5 for like the sector. More cocoonage. And, just general alien looking stuff. This is a piece of heavy resin. Like you would have to mount this right, but I just tested it out. It slides right into the holes. Just beautifully, beautifully done. A nice hefty chunk. So at that point, I'm thinking we're about done, and he goes ahead and he says, well, do you have any of the accessory kits? And I'm thinking, what? I didn't even know they existed. And he said, well, let me tell you a little story. So he tells me to make a character from a kit, at least if you're a legit company, you got to get a license from the studio that made that movie, which I expected. And he also said that, if your character is of a real person, not a monster, you also have to get that person's permission as well. So now, without naming names, I mean, I've only showed you one human character on the table, so I think you can put two together. He goes to tell me that this individual did not want to be sculpted with a firearm in their hand. No matter how many times they've appeared in a movie with one, they didn't want to be sculpted with a firearm in their hand. And, I'm sitting there thinking, that's so Hollywood, man. You got to be kidding me, right? He said, so he complied. And he said, therefore you got the motion sensor in the hand instead of the pulse rifle with the flamethrower taped to it like he wanted. So then he sends me these pictures of these customization kits. And, you could put them on anything alien related, but there's face huggers in there made from white metal, and there's 55-gallon drums with Wine Corporation stickers on it. And you could even get alternate alien heads and arms, so you can make like a different combo. You can make different aliens from the same base body. And there's even one that, has an arm in it with a pulse rifle. I mean, with a flamethrower that you could attach to it, if you wanted to. I mean, I don't know why you'd want to do that, but maybe you can figure that out yourself. So you can see really what we got here is an awesome customizable pre-made diorama. Obviously, some assembly required. But only being in the hobby like 5 years or so, I didn't even know what I had right under my nose. But now that I've learned the history behind them, and that all this was actually meant to go together instead of staying alone on its own. But I mean, you could buy it either way. It's for me, it's the not only the excellent product that is produced, but it's the story that goes along with it. For me, that's the glue that binds, really. Let's go ahead and get you guys out of here. Well, thank you guys for checking out this these awesome kits and this piece of geometric history with me. And I'm really glad I got to do this one. And if you stayed with me this long, hey, why don't you go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button? That is the easiest way to help support the channel. And to all the returning subscribers, thank you as always. If you're looking for other ways to help support the channel, I do have a Patreon over there at patreon.com/Boggy Creek Life. It's a simple $3 a month tier. And what we do is once a month, we get together on Zoom. We actually just got done with like an hour and 20-minute session on over there. We was working on Pestilence Pete from Pestilence Labs. And we just get together, work on stuff, or talk shop, talk about movies, whatever. It's just an all-in-all good time once a month. Now, if FaceTime videos ain't your cup of tea, and I get it, I have unlocked membership tiers on YouTube as well, and I have the Bog Dweller and the Skunk Ape. It's basically the Bog Dwellers. You get membership polls, fan badges, and emojis and stuff. And the Skunk Ape tier, you get all that. Plus, you get a shout out, and you get early access to upcoming videos. Or if you'd like to give a one-time attaboy because you just like that one video and that's all you really want to do, I have also unlocked Super Thanks, which is basically like a tip jar, just one time and done. But you know, nobody has to do anything. Just you being here is good enough. It's actually one of the best ways you can support. And I do pay attention to requests in the comments. I believe up next we're going to start a vinyl build video of the Crypt Keeper from Screaming, because I had a request from somebody newer to the hobby to do a vinyl video, and I like to help out when I can. But till we see each other then, be good to each other. Model on. Sit, Rocco, sit. Good dog. Roof.